go see your Cleveland Cavaliers on the floor. They're taking on the Indiana Pacers Sunday, April the 2nd. That is 1 week from this coming Sunday at the Romo Fijo. It's also Autism Acceptance Night, presented by Cleveland Clinic Children's and Culture City. All the info at Cavs.com for any and all games and events. A couple of tickets here for you. Cavs, Pacers on Sunday the 2nd. Caller 10. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Alan Cox.
The sort of man we used to describe at school as a complete prick.
The Alan Cox Show
On 100.7
WMMS.
Cavs in Brooklyn to play the Nets back-to-back tomorrow night and then I think Friday night. But they don't have much more basketball to be played in the regular season. Tomorrow night and Thursday night would be Cavs Nets in Brooklyn, 7:30 tip-off for both of those games. We'll be talking about Guardians baseball very, very soon here on the regular. The MLB opening day is a week from this Thursday. And then the 7th is the Guardians home opener. They're playing the Seattle Mariners for both of those games. So the home opener is a 4:05 first pitch on April the 7th. And hopefully we'll be out somewhere that we can tell you about very, very soon. A lot of brackets busted. I think Virginia busted most people's brackets.
Arizona.
Yeah. I made some money. Have you made any money on some of these?
I didn't put any money on it.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
I made money on Michigan State over Marquette. That was an upset because Michigan State is where my money goes, so I always bet on them. And I made money on Pitt. I think they played Iowa State. I put my money on both of those, and both of those busted people's brackets.
I wouldn't have made any money even if I had bet money because my bracket is trash. I mean,
I think everybody says by now,
Yeah.
right? I was reading about some guy who, for whatever reason, put down $3,000 on Furman, and he got $495,000 payout or something.
Good for him.
Furman Paladins. Well, I'd never even heard of Furman, or maybe it was one of the other ones. This guy just put thousands of dollars on some team. It was FDU or something. And he ended up with almost $500,000. But Furman were the ones that knocked Virginia out. They were number 4 seed, and Furman was number 13.
They get it into Beekman on the right side. His three on the way. No! No! And Furman wins it! Furman wins it!
By 1 point. 68-67.
then FDU beating Purdue.
Yeah.
And that wasn't even a buzzer beater. That was just like, I mean, they just flat out won that game.
FDU didn't have a band, so the University of Dayton band had to play for them.
Lively for FDU, but that is Dr. Willie Morris, who is the pep band director.
Look
for
at this guy.
Dayton. FDU, of course, played
hold
the
on.
first four. They don't have a band, so they asked
Look at
Dayton.
Dr. Willie Morris.
But half the band was able to show up on Wednesday because it's spring break.
Yeah, it's spring break. So,
I only got 2 teams left in my Final Four, Texas and Alabama.
Fairleigh Dickinson's director of media relations is a junior at the school. So he's got a lot of stuff to do. Tom Izzo, the coach of Michigan State, got emotional after their upset victory over Marquette.
What's bringing you to tears right now?
Yeah, it's been a long year, but really proud of those guys. They hung in there. Shaka's got a hell of a team. He does a hell of a job. We just finally made some plays. You know, our defense got a little better.
A buddy of mine goes to Marquette, or doesn't go to Marquette. He's a Marquette alum. And he was one of the first people I texted. Like, Saka! How do you like that? Arkansas upsets Kansas. That's an 8 seed against a 1 seed. Arkansas's coach tore his shirt off and was swinging it around his head.
It's exciting.
Yeah, I made money on Pitt knocking off Iowa State. Pitt was an 11 seed and Iowa State was a 6. So, yeah, there was a lot of brackets busted this weekend for people who pay attention to that stuff.
Bracket Busters.
Oh, boy. So, yeah, what are you going to do? There's money to be made. Of course, I made mine on FanDuel. But, yeah. And, of course, I put some money on Northwestern, my alma mater. Of course, they got I picked them to beat Boise State, which they did. They beat Boise State. But I made the fatal mistake of hanging on. I made the fatal mistake of thinking, hey, let's see if these guys can beat the odds like so many other teams.
On a run, yeah.
Yep. Nope. Lost by 5 to UCLA. But that's okay. That's the fun of it. Is figuring out what's Poundcake and I on St. Patty's Day over there at the Clevelander when we were all together. Poundcake and I, we were, boy, you might have walked in and seen us. We had our phones out, and we were just meticulously going over our bet slips and our brackets. And he, what?
Poundcake.
What?
His nonplus.
I'm watching. What do you mean?
No, I know. He and I were going over our bet slips, and I think he made a little bit of money too. He was chastising some of my picks and vice versa. But he's got a good head on his shoulders.
Just good luck, I guess.
Uh-huh. Yep. Just good luck. Because how much did you end up making on the on that Virginia upset game?
Oh.
You made like $5,000 on that, didn't you?
Oh, no, not that much.
Oh,
it was
$50?
It was like $1,200.
$1,200?
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Is it true that they shut down the MMS bar tab, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they shut it down pretty early.
Did they really?
I'd say probably around like 12 or 1 o'clock.
It
It had to be a little bit later than that. Cause
I was going to say it was probably like one or two.
They blew through that much beer?
I think it was by the time Pants got there, they had shut it down a little bit. So I think he got one. So I think
because
it
was
like 2 or 3 o'clock.
I was running a tab, and I told people to be on my tab, and that's why. And somebody said, like, Dieter left because they told him the tab was closed or something. I'm like, that's why I told everybody to get on my tab. But judging from when I signed my slip,
other people listened.
Some people, some people did, but not as many as I had told. Yeah. I was like, I don't know what this. They're giving us wristbands that say iHeart on them. I don't know what the hell this is. I had already opened the tab.
I said, "Can I get a claw on the tab?" And they're like, "I think that'll be okay. No one wants
on mine or the company."
No, this was on the company tab, but I asked the bartender, and she was like, "Beer only." I said, "No claws," and she said, "You can have claws."
She just didn't want to make you feel bad.
Well, whatever. I think I was the only one ordering them, so it was fine. I was like, "I'm not going to clean you out." I had maybe like 6 or 7.
Right. I heard from some of our bureau chiefs out Phoenix way that went to that Taylor Swift show. And I don't have a dog in the Taylor Swift fight. I think obviously she's a talented artist, but this thing is as advertised is what is the rap on this show.
I heard the bitch went swimming.
By the bitch, are you still referring to Taylor Swift?
Yeah, like she went swimming underneath the stage.
She got wet?
I
or
guess.
They made it look like she was underwater, like one of those fake like mermaid screens or something.
Maybe it was a mermaid screen, but she just dives underneath the stage and then it's like.
Oh, maybe she did.
I know she can't hold her breath that long.
She broke the Madonna record. Madonna had the record that was the most tickets sold by a female artist. And she held that record until Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift sold 69,000 tickets at the kickoff there in Glendale, Arizona. That's where the football team plays, right?
Yeah.
Was that where the Super Bowl was?
Yeah, I think so.
So,
pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's very impressive. She did 3 hours. She did like a Springsteen show. And if you set that precedent, it's not like you can go to the next city and do 90 minutes.
Right.
I mean, you want to have
That's the show. That's the show that they're doing on tour.
Yeah,
Sure.
if you want to come shot out of a cannon, that's a cool thing to do on opening night. But she did 44 songs in 3 hours, and that's a lot of. Boy, I couldn't name you 5 Taylor Swift songs.
I bet you could.
I know the ones that everybody else knows.
All right,
I know the
let's go
big
through 'em.
ones.
All right. Start with 1.
Bad Blood.
Okay, that's
Right?
one. Yeah.
We Are Never Getting Back Together. Is that one?
Yeah, I believe
Yes.
it.
What's the one with the goat in it? Trouble?
Yep.
Yep.
Ooh, that
Okay.
is my shrimp. Love that song.
Another Taylor Swift song. See, the thing is, these are songs that I've probably heard in stores, but didn't know it was her and wouldn't know the name of it. Am I missing an obvious one? There's like a big popular one that
I mean, there's like that new one that gets played.
there was the what's the new one? Because I think I heard them playing something here in our kitchen, and I go, "Oh, this is a pretty good song. Who is this?"
Yeah,
I think I Shazammed it, and it was Taylor Swift.
It's me. That's the one where she's like, "It's me. I'm the problem. It's me."
Maybe that was it. Yeah, I don't think that I don't know that I've
Which one did you say so far?
Bad Blood, Trouble,
Trouble.
We're Never Getting Back Together
Okay.
Again. Never ever are we going to do that.
Is that what that song is even called? I don't even.
I don't know either.
Yes, we are never, ever getting back together.
Okay.
Okay. And then she wrote one about, what was the one she did on SNL where she was crying about Jake Gyllenhaal not coming to her birthday party? What was that one?
Yeah, that funny one, Poundcake. One that makes you laugh your ass off.
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
I know the one she sings about Taylor Lautner was Back to September.
Hey, I don't know that.
Back to September.
That ain't helping out at
Yeah,
all.
back to
right.
Dec-
I
back
like
to
how he
December.
sings it in this weird octave that, like, that's going to jog my memory. You Belong With Me, is that an old song?
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just
old.
looking at him now. Well, that one I might know. So I probably know 4 songs.
You know what's the t-shirt short skirts? That was like her. One of her
Oh,
early
yeah.
hits.
I'll Be Your Juliet. You're My Romeo. I'll Be
Yeah.
Your Juliet.
You belong with me.
Is that what it is? I've heard that one. Well, anyway, I would be completely lost over the course of 3 hours and
Oh, yeah, for
44
sure.
songs. I mean, I would,
Like every once in a while, I'd be like, this one.
Right.
But, yeah. Meanwhile, everybody else has the lyrics carved into their arms.
well, and
They're
listen,
that hardcore about Taylor Swift.
I can appreciate a spectacle too. So it's one of those things where it's like, I wouldn't be averse if somebody's like, hey, I have an extra ticket for Taylor Swift. Do you want to go? I'd put my odds at 50-50. But like people that were like, oh, those listeners that texted last week and they were like, yeah, we're spending $1,000 on hotels
hotel
out
room,
there.
yeah.
And we got tickets. And that's the thing that sucks too, is that all the bots scoop up all the tickets and then sell them back to you for $400 a piece for any artist.
Mm-hmm.
I got a text from a friend of mine in Pittsburgh this morning. She goes, oh my God, we want to go to the Cure or Blossom, but it's all sold out. I go, I guarantee you it's not sold out. The bots scooped it up, and now they're going to kick it back to, Robert
Right.
Smith was complaining about Ticketmaster. I guarantee all the bots scooped them up, and they're going to sell them back to you for $400 a pop.
Yeah.
I mean, God bless the Cure. I like them. They ain't selling out a shed in 2 hours in 2023. There ain't that many Gen Xers running around.
I can't think of an artist today that I would pay that amount of money for. There's not,
Celine Dion.
but I didn't pay that. I got those tickets free from the station,
We're not talking about free tickets.
We're talking
about if you would pay.
but I wouldn't.
You wouldn't, okay.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't pay. The reason why I loved it so much was because I honestly went to that concert for free, and then I got on the floor for free.
So what you're saying is there's all of these artists that you say you love, there isn't one of them that you would spend money to see.
Not crazy money.
No, yeah.
Well, what constitutes crazy money?
If I have to spend more than $100 on a ticket, I'm not. No, I'm
Okay.
not. I'm not spending.
I guess
hundreds
it's a life of seeing Bill Squire for you then.
Yeah, like I'd kick out like $50 to $60
It's
per
15
ticket.
to $20 most of the time.
Well, someday when
I
those
paid to
Bill
see your
Squire
show.
when those Bill Squire tickets cost $100, and the rubber's gonna have to hit the road there.
No more Poundcake.
No
then he knows
more
his-
Poundcake. He
at least-
peeled off.
At least he knows it's not personal because the artist that I love, I haven't even paid
No,
for that.
I definitely appreciate that.
I was gonna say, like Ariana Grande didn't pay for, Justin Bieber didn't pay for. I had to, go shopping at Tower City for those tickets. That a friend of mine, she's like,
So if you don't get a free ticket, you ain't going.
I didn't say that. I'm not paying crazy amount of money. Like
Crazy money, okay.
I'm not gonna spend my vacation money on a concert because I've been let down. Like I was so excited to see that Purpose tour show with Justin Bieber, and I was like, ugh. Like it wasn't. It was an hour and a half of him doing a little half-ass choreography and then singing songs that I was like, I already know. I went to go see Usher. He didn't even sing the songs that I like. I'm like, man, this is butt. I was so mad.
Man, this is butt.
Celine Dion was all exceeded my expectations, and I would have paid for that show, not for the seats that I had, because the seats I had probably were several $100s, but I would have still gone.
Any amount of money, any amount of snow that falls on the ground, and my daughter wants to put her snowsuit on and play in the backyard because it's been such a mild winter. And so there was some snow on the ground yesterday. I mean, it was more than a dusting. It wasn't 2 feet, but out where we were, there was some snow. And so we got home from soccer practice, and she goes, I want to go in the backyard. Oh, okay. Sun's coming out, but she's in a snowsuit, and there's plenty of snow to kind of run around in. While we're out there, Gwen is in the house doing some things, and when I come in to hit the head, she's blasting like 90s, 2000s emo or whatever.
Nice.
She's playing like Blink, and she's playing Goldfinger, and she's playing. And as I walk in, she's playing Panic at the Disco.
Ooh,
Which song?
the best punk band of all time.
And that's all I can think.
You
This
know,
is Poundcake's favorite, that goddamn Door song.
Oh, yeah, I write six soundtracks.
Whatever. The most pretentious songs ever of all time. And I mean,
I was watching this documentary about a guy in the hardcore scene, like hardcore punk scene yesterday, and I have to give this documentary a 0 out of 5 stars because they didn't even mention Panic at the Disco once.
Not one time.
How are you going to talk about punk music and not talk about Panic at the Disco? Poundcake's favorite punk band.
Yeah. So, but that was all I could think was, this is Poundcake's favorite. And that's what anytime I hear a song from him, that's what I'll think. Oh, this is Poundcake's favorite punk band.
As you should.
I'm so sad they're retiring, but again, I can't be that big of a fan because I did not pay to go see their show.
Will you see the reunion tour? When it's him and a reunion of one guy, when it's him and a bunch of dudes he hires to go on the road with him.
Depends if we got comp tickets from the station.
I
don't know.
You'll hit your head on the ceiling with those iHeart tickets.
Maybe, or maybe not. Maybe I'll do the same thing and get lucky. And I mean, that probably would never happen again in my lifetime because it just so happened that there was floor seats right next to the stage available.
Yeah.
No one scooped those up for Celine Dion's first tour in 10 years.
Yeah.
So that's fine. I'm good with that. But again, there's not an artist like I wouldn't pay a crazy money to see Drake or The Weeknd or even Lady Gaga. I would have to think. Like even a hologram of Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston, no.
Well, that's not a real person, so I understand why you wouldn't do that. A hologram.
Yeah, no. I would. It
What
would
about
have
a
to
clone? If they cloned Whitney Houston, she could sing the same way. Would you go see that?
No.
Would you pay? You wouldn't pay the top dollar to see the Whitney Houston clone?
The ghost of Whitney Houston?
But I would pay. I know this sounds weird, but I would probably pay for a meet and greet, like an actual
with a hologram.
No.
Oh.
But a clone meet and greet where she isn't actually Whitney Houston. She can just sing like her. She doesn't have like the memories and stuff.
No, that's demonic.
Oh, stop.
But you want to meet her
demonic.
still.
But it wouldn't be her. It would be the clone of Whitney Houston, and that's demonic.
Why is it demonic?
Because it's not really her.
What does that have to do? What makes it demonic?
You can't manufacture her soul, and you're trying.
We're not talking about his soul.
We're talking about her voice.
No.
Souls are all made up anyway. They took her body and they reconstituted her DNA, and that's Whitney. For all intents and purposes, that's Whitney Houston.
I will watch a concert tour like I usually do.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's fair enough. I got to take a break. If you're on hold, I'll grab you on the way back. If you are not, well, that's a thing too. 35192 if you want to text and listen wherever on the iHeartRadio app.
Rover's Morning Glory.
On St. Patty's Day, a TV weather girl in Philadelphia